What it is, what it always ain't, but sometimes it is. If you know what I'm saying, because sometimes it is what it ain't, but it isn't what it is. So how can it be what it is if it ain't what it was when it was what it is?
What the hell was that? That's going in the bloopers for the movie. Just fucking around on the set.
Okay, boy, that musical introduction was just for you.
Thank you, drive through.
The other part, I was clowning around as we were getting the look just perfect because I know how you feel about that. So anyway, couple topics for today's journal entry. Number one, check out the shirt. It'll tell you everything you need to know about today. Number two, it's hotter than crap again. We're supposed to go up into the high 90s in the next couple days, and I don't roll well with that. So that is what it is. I want to break today's discussion into two parts, and it's probably going to be a long discussion because, you know, K-Boy brought out something in me that's been missing for a long time. That is, I didn't think anybody cared anymore. I still had a ton to say about this freaking world. I just needed an audience to listen. So, here you go. Number one, don't ever buy a freaking used car if you can help it at all. I mean, yes, go through the certified used car program for your Toyotas, your Hondas, that kind of thing. Buy a car that's got a freaking warranty that's going to go for 3 to 6 years, hopefully more on the 6 end side of things. You don't actually want to buy a new car, because if you know anything about new cars, they lose thousands of dollars of value the second you drive that sucker off the lot. And what if it ain't a really nice car dealership? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're driving that thing out of the Ferrari dealership and you get to drive it out of the showroom, well, as your thousands of dollars are dripping off the back end of that car, I guess maybe you can deal with that. You can put it up on YouTube or whatever. You could be the freaking man or woman for a few minutes at least. But what if you buy a brand new car from some Bob's Auto Sales or some crap like that, and you're losing that thousands of dollars as you're driving off the gravel Denny Road into all your glory that nobody's watching? That would kind of suck. So I guess if you're gonna buy a new car, do it in style, man. Okay, with that being said, if you're like me, you're buying a used car. Not only a used car, you're buying something that's gonna shake, rattle, and roll, as the famous Mr. Elvis Presley said. So that's what I'm looking for. I got like $1,500 freaking dollars here, okay? But you know, last fall I did the same thing when I was looking between $13,000. It was the same freaking routine. You're trying to get yours from the person selling, be it an individual or a dealership. They're trying to get theirs out of you. And in reality, they're almost always getting out of you more than you're getting out of them, because they know if that car's a freaking lemon or not. So, I've had a couple experiences in the last few days I'd like to talk to you guys about in the used car world. So first of all, last weekend we go and drive this really cool car in this town not too far away. I'm not mentioning names here, I'm just talking about them. We go drive this car, it's cool. We go drive it all over the place. We check out everything we can think of, because heaven forbid you don't check one freaking fluid level or knock on one car panel correctly. Then you could be completely screwed for thousands of dollars when you're only spending $1,500 in the first place. So we're out in this ghetto part of town. We're banging on the sides of cars to see if it sounds right. We forgot to check the friggin' fluid. We're driving back and forth. We're putting on the brakes. We're looking at the lights. We're doing all the crap we can think of. But we come up with a couple question marks. So we left the car, but it's leaking some mysteriously. The air conditioner, when it turns on, does a little beep, 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 beep chirping sound. We don't quite know what the frick that's about. But we still like the car, but we're thinking, I don't know, man. But the problem here is, see, we're not getting our money to buy a car for another couple days, at least 3 business days. So we're going out car shopping without the freaking funds to buy the car. In other words. So we go see this car. I said to the cat, I'm like, yo, Holmes, you're not gonna pull this old trick on me that I got pulled on me last year, are you? See, last year when I went to buy a used car from a car dealership in the great city of SLC, we had been looking forever. You can watch videos on this. We're going the frickin' morning to get our loan from the bank to go buy the car. And the frickin' dude texts my wife and says, au contraire, I have sold that car right out from under you. I'm so sorry. Wink, wink. So no car for us. We were pissed, we were bitter, you know, all those old things. All the old used car salesman crap came into our minds, and we started looking at the guy in our minds visually a little harder and realized he was a perfectly typical used car salesman. So this time, we can't go through used car dealership because we don't have the money for the docking fee. We're not spending enough money to go that route. We actually found one honest used car salesman at a place that told us all about this stuff. And thank you, Richard. You are the freaking man. Now, he told me he's gonna start doing YouTube videos. I don't know if he has or not. I hope he did. He's a great dude. C&J Auto. There you go, Salt Lake City, Utah, Sandy, Utah, 82nd state. Ask for Richard. He is the freaking coolest dude I've met in a long time, possibly. I say possibly because K-Boy is pretty cool. So it may be a struggle back and forth on that one. Anyway, getting back to the story. So this other guy, I say, you're not going to snicker me and sell this car out from under me before I can get my dough, are you? Because I can understand you want to sell the car. That's the thing, okay? When you have a car to sell, your main objective is to sell that car. So some homie like Mikey comes along and says, yo, I really like the car, but I don't have my funds yet. I'm not going to have them for 3 business days, which is stretched out a little more than that, to be honest with you at this point. But anyway, so I said, I know you want to sell your car, but we really want first shot of this car. So what I'm asking you is, will you hold off before you sell to someone else and give us first chance if we tell you we'll have the money by, say, a certain day? That way we can bargain that thing out. This is kind of a, you know, used car gig, first come, first served. If we had the money to give, we could have drove off that day if we wanted to. So anyway, the wife talked the dude into paying for a Carfax report for the car. Well, a couple days go by, we don't hear from Holmes. We played this game so many freaking times. We thought he's screwing us. He doesn't want to buy a Carfax because he knows there's things on there that he don't want us to know. So we just decided he was done, that was the end of that. Well, surprisingly, a couple days later, he texts me and gives me the old I'm camping routine, you know. I've been up camping, so I haven't done the Carfax. I'm sitting here thinking, And I'll get to this in a minute, why the significance of what he's saying there. Whether it's true or not is not the point, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm like, okay. So that's all I hear from him. So I'm off checking out some bunch of different cars, guys. I looked at so many damn cars lately. Oh my gosh, I'm learning how everything to look for when you're buying a car. Everything you gotta do. It's like giving birth, I'm sure. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this guy's story, then I'll move on to the next one. There's some hilarious stories I've already had in this experience in just a couple days' time. So, a couple days go by. So, he finally texts me and gives me the truth. Thank you for the truth. That's all I ever frickin' want. He says, yo, Mikey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the $40 to put out for the Carfax. Will you accept putting that on the sale price at the end? I said, of course I can do that. But he said, I got a guy coming tomorrow and I've got to let him come because of this fact. So he was good and bad. In good, he told me the truth. In bad, he was letting somebody else come look at the car, and we'd kind of made a little deal that we were going to have a certain amount of time to buy this sucker. So he was going to welch on the deal for $40 basically, because he didn't have the money or didn't want to do a Carfax for us. So I said, don't let that be an issue, please. Please give us what we discussed in our deal. Give us first shot of the car. And I haven't heard from him in a couple days. So I'm not sure if he let those people come and sold the car from out under us. I don't know what's going on. He told me he wanted us to have the car, is the last I've heard. I will keep you updated on that. Okay, so in the meantime, when we hadn't heard from him after we drove it a couple days previous, I thought I better go looking for another frickin' car. So I see this car on local ads. It looked great. It was in great condition. A 1999 Ford Taurus, which is an older car, but it looked in great condition. So I grabbed a couple of my boys. I said, yo, let's get up there. It was only like a 10-minute drive. Let's go drive this sucker and see if it's worth the money they want for it. They were asking like $15.75 for it. So we go up there, the chick's really cool. She says, go out and take it for a drive. I go out and take it for a drive. I drive around a little bit. I take it down to a parking lot and start my inspection. And notice a couple things. Number one, there's frickin' water, something leaking from the muffler, like the fat part of the muffler had a hole in it. So it's leaking from there and it's leaking out the end of the exhaust pipe. So I'm thinking, I know that ain't good. So a little trick I learned earlier that morning I tried as well. I went up to the front, I opened the hood, I shook the car back and forth, and the frickin' engine goes like this. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So I go back to her house. I said, yo, this car's got a couple problems here. I told her about it. She said, well, let me call my dude up and we'll ask him if he'll go for a lower price. They were willing to lower like $300, but I thought, those friggin' engine mounts are that weak. That engine's gonna fall right out the bottom of that frickin' car, and that's gonna be that. So, no thank you. I actually told her I'd talk to the wife about it, and I did. But even a couple $100 off I didn't think was a good gig for that. But she tried to talk. She was like a used car salesman galore, man. She tried to keep me from leaving that place the best she could, but I've been around the block too many times. So my last car search story so far is gonna have yous all up in chuckles, okay? So, I've been around the block a few times. I know everybody's tricks now. I've learned over the years that's what good comes with old age. Not just the diabetes and the high blood pressure and all that crap. You actually learn a few things as you get older. So that's good. So, I see this car for $1,000 on this site, and it's looking too good to be true. A 2006 Lincoln Zephyr for $1,000, and all it's got is a couple problems. At first I jumped on it because I'm just ready to be done with this crap. I wasn't really thinking. I jumped on it. I texted the guy, yo, Holmes, what's up with the car? He tells me, oh, it's got a few little problems here and there, nothing giant, but I just don't want to deal with them myself. I said, when can I come test drive the car? This is when things get pretty funny. So he says, yes, you can come test drive the car. I will meet you in a parking lot of a local business at 8:30 at night. Anybody seen any problems with this yet? So he's not meeting me at his home, which I guess happens. The first car was at a business well. He wants to meet me late at night. Now I'm thinking, does this guy want to frickin' kidnap me or what? Thought I'd better take my little plastic pebble BB gun with me, I don't know. So I started thinking, I'm not so sure homie's on the up and up. So I said, okay, I'll meet you. It was gonna be getting almost dark at 8:30, but I'm thinking, I don't think I'm going down there. I was a little curious though. So he texts me a couple hours later, he says, yo Mikey, you still wanna come down and check out the car? Because the title of the car for the car is in my dad's safety deposit box. I won't be able to give you the title till next week. Now, if any of you out there know anything about buying a car or anything else, you're laughing pretty hard right now. Hee 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 hee.